What's up, printers? It's Jeff here with the House of Garb again, and today I'm going to do a quick video, hopefully, at least that's my thought process, on how to use one of these step wedge tests. So let me get something to weight so you can see what I'm talking about. Step wedge test. So it looks kind of like this, a little step wedge. So basically it'll help us find our exposure times. A lot of times we get new emulsion, we have different mesh types on our screens, different screen mesh openings, your mesh count might be different, and then you have the yellow mesh, white mesh. A lot of these variables will change your exposure time, and that's where we start with a step wedge test. And in today's video I'm going to show you how I go about finding proper exposure times. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the House of Garb.
Okay, so we're back, and things we're going to need for our test is we're going to need a screen. I've got some down in my cabinet here. I'll pull them out at the right time, but we'll need a screen to test. It depends on white mesh, yellow mesh, like I said before. Today I'm probably just going to do a basic white mesh 110 screen just to give you the idea, but again, you should use this test for every variable that might change your exposure time. So we're going to need a step wedge test. There's a lot of places you can get these for free. I just tried to print one off on my printer right before making this video, and the quality on it wasn't so good. So I'll have to look into that and see if that's a printer problem or if that's a Jeff problem. Probably a Jeff problem, right? So anyway, we'll need this. We'll need your step wedge test, a nice black piece of paper. Black is probably your best. You can probably use some white cardstock. It'll probably do the same thing. I use black because what we're going to do is we're going to cover this up so it doesn't get fully, the whole thing doesn't get exposed at the same time. Scotch tape, that'll help. And that's basically all we need. So there's not much to that. Oh yeah, you're going to need your exposure unit. You're going to need that to do this test. Dumb dad joke. Alright, anyway. I also wanted to bring into the light this guy right here, the Stauffer test. I don't know if anyone has used this, but once we get everything locked in, we get our time with our step wedge test. This test, it's just a little strip. You can see kind of like that. And it's got numbers on it, and you can see like there's different shades on there. So basically, every time you expose the screen, you would attach this, over to the side and let this get exposed with the screen. So you lay this down right next to your, transparency. And your goal here is to try to get a number 7. The number 7 would give you, let you know that you got a good exposure. And it's got other things on there. It's got little instructions on here, like if you're off by a step or a few steps, how to change your exposure time to get locked in. But you want to try to expose at a 7 consistently. So at least that's my idea behind it. To be honest with you, I have not used this yet. I just picked one up, and I can't believe I've gone this long without one. So I can't wait to test my exposure and see where I'm at, and maybe I need to go up, maybe I need to go down. We'll find out. So stay tuned. I'll let you know what happens. So let's go ahead and get started. I've got my screen, and I've got it ink side down, shirt side up. And I'm going to put my transparency on just like I would any other time. So go ahead and put that on. And if you notice on here, I'm not really good at this, but on here it's got numbers, numbered 1 through 10. So I'll show you what that means here in a second. But first, let's go ahead and tape this to the screen. Really doesn't matter if it's centered or anything like that. We're literally just testing here. So I'm going to take our Scotch tape, get this guy taped onto the screen. Like I said, it doesn't need to be centered or anything. It's not like we're going to be printing, it's just for testing. Alright, so I got it taped on the screen, as you can see, like that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take our black sheet of cardstock. I like to use the black. You could probably find a really thick white. As long as the light doesn't pass through it, you're good. So what I like to do is I like to start with row 10 and go up to row 1. So I'm going to go ahead and cover this up and show you what I'm doing. What I'm doing is I'm putting that black sheet over everything but row 10. You see how that is? You got row 10 here, and then all the other rows are covered by this black sheet. So when I expose my first exposure, I'm only exposing this first line. What you need to do is you need to take the time that you think it might take to exposure this, Jeff, and just, find a starting time. Like I say, for me, let's do 10-second intervals. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to take this first line and I expose it for 10 seconds. And then I'm going to drop this down. And then number 10 and 9 will be exposed, also for 10 seconds. That makes sense? So expose the first line, 10 seconds. Drop this down so 10 and 9 are exposed. Do it another 10 seconds. Drop it down again. Do it for another 10 seconds. And you do this all the way until you've exposed every line for 10 seconds. But you're not going to cover the ones that have already been uncovered. You don't recover them up. So first you'll have one line uncovered, then 2, then 3, then 4, and so on and so on, until you've exposed the entire thing. So on your last exposure, you won't need this black. You can expose the whole thing for the last 10 seconds. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to do that real quick, and I'm going to expose these in 10-second intervals, and we'll be right back. So I just want to show you guys real quick. I've been bringing these down step by step, and I'm on the last one. Number 2's right here. So 1's the last one. So I can actually remove the whole thing, and I'm going to expose the whole thing for the last 10 seconds. Alright guys, so I did my exposure, and like I said, I took the little black sheet. Let me show you what I did. Took the black sheet, and if you remember right, I started here at the top. I exposed my first line, and I came down, exposed each one for 10 seconds, 10-second intervals all the way down until I got to the final line, which is here, and I exposed the entire thing for 10 seconds because that was the last line. So if you think about it, the very last line that I exposed when I took the black sheet off, they only allowed number 10, or I'm sorry, I'm the other way around. Number 1 to be exposed for only 10 seconds. 2, which is actually right here, and you can pretty tell.
Excuse me? Excuse me? Sorry, do you speak English?
No, I don't, sorry.
You can tell it's pretty washed out. Number 2 is washed out, but that was 20 seconds. Number 3 was 30 seconds. So you can see where I'm going here. I can try to lift this up and kind of show you, but I don't know if you'll be able to see real well. Well, I guess you can. So you can see kind of what the exposures look like. Obviously, line number 1 is completely gone. The screen's still wet. But line number 2 is still there, but as you can see, like a lot of the letters are really blown out. 3, which would have been 30 seconds, which I said is about where I exposed that. You can see everything's pretty clear. I mean, as I get into the smaller lines, I have a little bit of trouble. And you know, those are things where I can try to adjust my exposure time a little bit. But for the most part, after number 3, you start to see things starting to fill in. You start getting some overexposure. You can see as you keep going down, when I get down to line number 10, that was 100 seconds. So obviously, you know, everything is filled in at that point. So that's how I get my exposure time. When I go to number 3, it looks the best. So that's how I get it. Again, that's saying, okay, this white mesh 110 screen can expose with this emulsion that I use, which is this emulsion that I use is chromolime, and that I get about a 30-second exposure time. Now that exposure time can change when I change screen type, the color of the screen, the emulsion that I use. Many things can change that. All right, guys. I figured you got tired of looking down at the screen, and I know you want to see my beautiful face, so I wanted to help you out a little bit. Anyway, so here's the screen. Here's the results of our test, and like I said, the number 3 seemed to be the best. Of course, we're all out of focus now, but let's turn it the other way. And number 3, which is right here, seemed to be giving me the best results. So that gives me 30 seconds because I did it in 10-second intervals. 10, 20, 30. That makes sense? I did it in 10-second intervals. 3 looked the best. So I take the number that looks the best and I multiply it by how many seconds I did for each line. So 3 times the 10 seconds gives me 30. I know I can expose this type of screen for 30 seconds. And I can't say it enough. Stauffer test is definitely the way to go too. Again, I have never used one, but I do know that this is a more accurate guide as far as getting proper exposure. There are a lot of variables that can change your test results, like your EOM, which is emulsion over mesh. So when you have like all the holes in your mesh and you got your emulsion, it's how thick the emulsion is when it's coated on top of the mesh. That can change because the thicker your emulsion is, the more light that has to pass through it to harden it. So that's another variable that we don't think about as beginners. And believe me, I'm a beginner too. I'm not trying to be Mr. Pro screen printer here. I'm still very new at this too. I mean, I've been doing the whole screen printing shirts thing for what, about a year now. So I'm Mr. Newbie, and I'll probably be a newbie for a long time. We're learning together, aren't we? So that's what I was saying. Pick up one of these. I was able to pick this one up, I believe, on eBay or Amazon for like 20 bucks. But there's a lot of retailers and local supply stores that will carry this too. So I think that is all for today. This was supposed to be a quick video. It's somewhat quick. So with that, have a good day. This is Jeff with the House of Garb, signing out.